Sikhism is a young religion dating back barely 550 years. It is listed as the fifth largest religious group in the world, with an estimated population of 30 million Sikhs living worldwide. Having their origins in the state of Punjab in India, Sikhs have established themselves as a major faith around the world, with a sizable presence in countries like Canada, the US, UK, Australia, Malaysia, East Africa, and many others. The word Sikh means learner or seeker of truth. That truth is high, and higher still is truthful living. Sikhism preaches the oneness of God, equality, social justice, service to humanity, tolerance for other religions, and the well-being of all. The founder of the Sikh religion, Guru Nanak, was born on 15th April 1469 at Rai di Talwandi in undivided India, now known as Nankana Sahib, in the Sheikhpur district of present-day Pakistan. His father, Mehta Kalyan Das, was also known as Mehta Kalu. His mother, Mata Tripta, was a virtuous and extremely devout woman. Nanak was the beloved brother of Nanki, his elder sister. A rare personality since childhood, Nanak was the master of an astute rationality and pensive mind. Since his family was of the Hindu tradition, at a very young age, he received education in the Vedas and the so-called 6 schools of Hindu philosophy. He was sent to a language school to learn Hindi and Sanskrit at the age of 7, where he surprised all his teachers with his divine knowledge. He also learned Persian and Arabic, thus becoming the most learned person in the region at the mere age of 16. However, none of the traditions and wisdom he was taught seemed satisfactory to him, and from a very early age, Nanak showcased his spiritual inclination. He was not interested in mundane worldly affairs, which worried his parents, who desperately wanted him to get married and lead a normal life. Despite many efforts of his family, Nanak could not concentrate on worldly pleasures and always reacted in a saintly manner. He was on a deep inner spiritual search, though he had a period of relative normality when he got married and had children, and worked as an accountant for around 12 years in Sultanpur Lodi. During this period, he continued with his spiritual endeavors. He had a routine of getting up early before sunrise, bathing to purify himself in the river, and then chanting and meditating on the name of God, as well as singing devotional songs along with his Muslim friend and rabab player Mardana. One morning, Nanak never returned home from his morning rituals. Nanak, as always, submerged himself in the Vain Nadi, Vain river, but did not return to the surface this time. People went looking for him, but couldn't find him. After 3 days, he suddenly re-emerged from the river, seemingly a changed man who had had an enlightened experience of spiritual clarity. When people asked Nanak where he had been, he simply replied through verses of poetry, "There is no Hindu, there is no Muslim." What was he referring to here? This period was the Mughal rule in India, a time of great religious diversity. A number of traditions, which are now collectively referred to as Hinduism, were all prevalent, and Nanak's family and relatives were Hindus themselves. But Islam was also hugely widespread. Needless to say, Nanak was highly influenced by both the Hindu and Sufi traditions. The teachings of sages like Kabir, Sant Ravidas, and Namdev had a great impact on Nanak. When Nanak returned from his 3 days' absence, an enlightened man, he explained his experience as the essential oneness of all existence, indicating that some sort of truth exists within Hindu and Muslim traditions, and to do away with sectarian identification was necessary. From that time, he was given the title of Guru. Also, Guru Nanak started to dress in a way that combined the clothing style of Hindu sadhus and Muslim Sufi fakirs. Guru Nanak, along with his Muslim friend and musician, Mardana, embarked on his mission of traveling to spread the message of the oneness of God. His 5 travels, called Udasis, meaning prolonged absence from home. He traveled in all 4 directions, and in his last Udasi, he came to Kartarpur back in Punjab. He traveled first to the east to reach Kamrup in Assam, and then south to reach Ceylon, present-day Sri Lanka. He then journeyed to the north, deep into the Himalayas, to Kashmir, Nepal and Tibet. His 4th travel was westward, in which he visited Baghdad, Mecca and Medina. During these travels, there occurred several incidences through which Guru Nanak explained the importance of truthful living and that God was omnipresent and omnipotent. Nanak even appointed dedicated followers as preachers of his teachings, thus sowing the seeds of Sikhism all over India and abroad. In his 5th Udasi, Guru Nanak reached Kartarpur village in Narowal district on the banks of the Ravi river, where he ultimately settled down and continued to grow and develop his new Sikh community. Guru Nanak taught that there was only one God, a divinity that is formless and exists in all places at all times. A singular divine known by the term Ik Omkar, meaning that there is only one God. He placed a major emphasis on the practice known as Naam Japna, where one would chant the name Vaheguru, Vaheguru, or Wonderful Lord at all times. His disciples were to rise early in the morning, have a bath and meditate. Also Kirtan, the singing of praises to God, with musical accompaniment was practiced. Guru Nanak strictly forbade any form of asceticism. He thought that it was very important for Sikh followers to live a family life, to earn an honest livelihood, and to share their earnings with everyone, especially the poor and the needy, through charity. Also, Sikhs were cautioned to stay away from evil vices, the so-called 5 enemies or 5 moral evils. They are Kaam or lust, Krodh or anger, Lobh or greed, Moh or attachment, and Ahankar or ego. Guru Nanak Dev Ji also established what has become one of the cornerstones of Sikh practice, the Langar or free community kitchen. This was a place where people, rich or poor, of all castes, creeds, gender and backgrounds, could all sit shoulder to shoulder and eat together. This practice became such an important part of the Sikh religion that it is still an essential part of all Gurdwaras or Sikh temples to this very day. Guru Nanak Dev Ji lived for 18 years at Kartarpur until he passed away in the year 1539 at the age of 70. By this time he had gathered a significant following and had also established a strategy for keeping Sikhism alive. According to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, anyone could reach the level of enlightenment that he had and become a guru. Before he died, he announced that his leadership as guru would be carried on by others, and he appointed Guru Angad Dev, a loyal disciple, as his successor. Guru Angad Dev, originally known as Lehna, was born on 31st March 1504 in Matte Sarai in Firozpur district of the Punjab. He was a worshipper of the Hindu goddess Ma Durga and a regular visitor to the Vaishno Devi temple. While on a pilgrimage to this shrine, Angad met the founder of the Sikh religion, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, whom he resolved to follow. It was his absolute devotion and an astute sense of obedience that Guru Nanak considered him a more suitable successor to either of his 2 sons. As the second Guru of the Sikhs, Guru Angad prepared for the future expansion of the Sikh community. He set up schools to educate the masses. Punjabi, the regional language, was taught instead of the classical Sanskrit. He also introduced a new alphabet in the Gurmukhi script, Gurmukhi, which literally means from the mouth of the Guru. Guru Angad Dev Ji is known as the standardizer of the Gurmukhi script, in which many parts of the Adi Granth, the sacred book of the Sikhs, was written. Guru Angad Dev Ji was also a firm believer of the importance of physical fitness and emphasized the ideal of a healthy mind in a healthy body. The Guru also worked for women empowerment and established Sikhism with its own separate religious identity. It was at the mere age of 48 that he breathed his last on March 29, 1552 at Khadur Sahib. But before this, he had already appointed Guru Amar Das as his successor. The third Sikh Guru, Shri Guru Amar Das Ji, was born on 5th May 1479 in Basarke village in Amritsar district. He went to Khadur Sahib to meet Guru Angad Dev Ji and took the former to be his spiritual guide or Guru. He stayed back at Khadur Sahib and served his Guru for the next 12 years. His daily chores was to bring water from the Bias river for his Guru's bath and fetching wood from the forest for the free kitchen service or Guru Ka Langar. He was appointed as the third Sikh Guru at the age of 73. Guru Amar Das Ji established his headquarters at the newly built town Gondwal and propagated Sikhism from there in a well-planned manner. For better administration of the Sikh community, 22 preaching centers or manjis were built and placed under the charge of devout Sikhs. He also sent Sikh missionaries to different parts of India to spread Sikhism. In an effort to strengthen the tradition of Guru Ka Langar, he introduced Pehle Pangat, Fir Sangat, meaning every visitor must first take food and then come for satsang. This rule was so austerely followed that even Emperor Akbar had to follow it when he came to meet the Guru Sahib. Guru Amar Das Ji also acted as a reformer and preached against the Hindu practice of sati. He also advocated widow remarriage and discarded parda. Guru Angad Dev Ji wrote 907 shabds or hymns, making them part of the Adi Granth, including the Shri Anand Sahib. Guru Amar Das Ji appointed his son-in-law Jetha Ji to succeed him, owing to his keen understanding of Sikh principles and true spirit of service. He became the fourth Sikh Guru, known as Guru Ram Das Ji, after Guru Amar Das Ji passed away in 1574 at the age of 95. Guru Ram Das Ji was born on 24 September 1534 in Chuna Mandi, Lahore. As a child, he was called Bhai Jetha. He was unfortunately orphaned at the age of 7, and his grandmother brought him to her village in Basarke, where he spent his childhood in extreme poverty and started working from a very young age. In 1546, Guru Amar Das Ji built the new city of Gondwal. When he moved from Basarke to Gondwal with his family, he asked Bhai Jetha to come along with him. There, with patience and humanity, he served his Guru with complete devotion and rendered his services in the construction of the new city of Govindwal Sahib. Due to his strong resolve and selfless service for others, he attained Guruship to become the fourth Sikh Guru. The city of Amritsar was founded in 1577 by Guru Ram Das Ji. He ordered the excavation of the sacred tank, Amritsar, meaning pool of nectar. Guru Ram Das Ji played a pivotal role in the consolidation of Sikhism. His composition of 4 lawas is recited by Sikhs to sanctify the marriages of their children. He also contributed a lot to the expansion of the Adi Granth by adding many hymns to it. It was after nominating his youngest son, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, as the 5th Nanak that he retired to Gondwal Sahib, leaving Amritsar, and passed away on 1st September 1581. Arjan Dev Ji was born in Govindwal Sahib on 15th April 1563. He became the 5th Sikh Guru when he was only 18 years old. He had a deep divine inclination right from his childhood. A perfect blend of devotion and sacrifice, Arjan Dev Ji received education in Persian, Hindi and Sanskrit. Guru Arjan Dev Ji constructed 2 sacred sarovars, namely Santokh Sar and Amritsar. A temple was erected on an island in the Amritsar tank, which was connected by a marble causeway and named the Shri Harmandir Sahib. During the reign of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji, the upper part of the temple was decorated with a golden foil, and since then it is called the Golden Temple, and Amritsar became the principal place of worship for the Sikh community. Guru Arjan Dev Ji also found the town of Taran Taran near Govindwal Sahib and built a house for lepers. He toured extensively in order to strengthen the cult of Sikhism. Along with compilation of all the verses of his predecessors, Guru Arjan Dev Ji also contributed about 2000 verses to the Adi Granth and penned it down, making it the holy book of the Sikhs and developing Sikhism as a separate religion. It was during the reign of Guru Arjan Dev Ji that Baisakhi, New Year, started to be celebrated annually at Amritsar. After the death of the Mughal Emperor Akbar, Jahangir became the next Mughal emperor. Jealous of the development of Sikhism by Guru Arjan Dev Ji, many baseless allegations were levelled against him. He was arrested and brought to Lahore, where he was charge-sheeted and implicated in false cases. But before leaving, Guru Arjan Dev Ji appointed his son Hargobind as the next Sikh Guru. On the instructions of Jahangir, Chandu Shah, a local businessman, tortured the Guru. He was asked to accept Islam, which Guru Arjan Dev Ji refused. He was tortured to death by making him sit on a hot iron plate and pouring burning sand over his naked body. His blistering body was thrown into the Ravi river. Thus, this great saint embraced martyrdom on 30th May 1606. Guru Hargobind Ji was born on 19th June 1595 at Vadali, Amritsar. He became the sixth Sikh Guru at the age of 11, after the execution of his father Guru Arjan Dev Ji by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. This martyrdom had a significant impact on Sikh ideology. From being a peace-loving and spiritual religion, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji gave the Sikh religion its military character, as advised by his father Guru Arjan Dev Ji. He built the Shri Akal Takht Sahib facing the Golden Temple and wore two swords to propagate the philosophy of Miri Piri, Miri signifying temporal and Piri signifying spiritual authority, giving the Sikhs the image of a Sant Sipahi, meaning a saint and a soldier. The Mughal Emperor Jahangir viewed this build-up as a threat and jailed Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji in Gwalior Fort for 12 years. After his release and the death of Jahangir, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji continued on his militant course. He developed a strong Sikh army and defeated the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan 4 times. He then built Kiratpur Sahib and peacefully lived there for the last 10 years of his life. Shortly before his death, on 3rd March 1644, he appointed his grandson Har Rai as his successor. Guru Har Rai Ji was born on 16 January in 1630 at Kiratpur Sahib and became the 7th Sikh Guru at the age of 14. He moved with a small retinue and settled at Simur in the Siwalik Hills. He was both physically and spiritually strong and guided the Sikhs for about 17 years. Like his predecessors, he continued to maintain a large Sikh army and yet avoided military confrontation. Guru Har Rai Ji had great knowledge about medicine and established a free dawakhana, a free dispensary for all rich and poor. When he felt he was near the end of his life, he appointed his son, Har Krishan, as the next Sikh Guru. Shri Guru Har Rai Ji passed away on 6th October 1661 at the age of 31. Guru Har Krishan Sahib Ji was born on 7th July 1656 at Kiratpur Sahib. He was only 5 years old when he became the 8th Guru of the Sikhs. He was a child of exemplary virtue, and his dedication to Sikh values attracted thousands of followers. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb did not like this and summoned him to Delhi. Guru Har Krishan Ji came to Delhi and stayed in the palace of Raja Jai Singh. Aurangzeb's son visited the Guru and was impressed with the Guru's aura. While in Delhi, Guru Har Krishan Ji contracted smallpox and breathed his last in 1664. Before he passed away, answering questions of his followers, he uttered the words Baba Bakala, indicating that the next Sikh Guru lives in the village of Bakala. and was the son of Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was born on 1st April 1621 in Amritsar, Punjab. He moved to Anandpur, where he spent his time in meditation and learning military skills. In 1664, he was identified in Bakala village by Makhan Shah, a trader who was caught in a storm and had prayed to the Guru for help, with the promise to give 500 gold coins if he survived. The storm subsided and Makhan Shah was saved. He reached Bakala to discover many people claiming to be the next Guru. To test them, he put 2 mohars, meaning gold coins, in front of each claimant, till he reached Tegh Bahadur Ji, who asked him for the 500 gold coins which he had promised. He was delighted and shouted, "Guru Ladhore, Guru Ladhore," meaning that I have found the true Guru. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji became very popular as the 9th Sikh Guru. At this time, the Kashmiri Hindu Pandits were being pressurized to adopt Islam by Aurangzeb's Mughal forces. A group of Kashmiri Hindu Pandits reached out to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji for help. The Guru advised them to send a message to Aurangzeb informing him that they were ready to adopt Islam if Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji did the same. In 1675, the Guru was arrested by Mughal authorities and taken to Delhi, where he refused to embrace Islam. He was subject to various types of torture in captivity and was beheaded at Chandni Chowk in Delhi. Gobind Rai was born on 22nd December 1666 at Patna, Bihar, and became the 10th and last human Sikh Guru. The martyrdom of his father, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, by the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, left a deep impression on his mind. Guru Gobind Singh Ji was a great intellect and familiar with Persian, Arabic, Sanskrit, and the native Gurmukhi Punjabi language. He possessed great motivational and leadership skills and was also a fierce warrior. On Baisakhi Day, New Year Day, in 1699, Guru Gobind Sahib Ji gathered his community in Anandpur. A tent was built on a raised platform. When a big crowd of followers had gathered, the Guru emerged from the tent and asked if anyone was willing to give his head for the Guru. There was silence in the crowd, and after some time, one by one, 5 men came up to the stage, and every time Guru Gobind Sahib Ji took that person inside the tent and came out with a blood-stained sword. After this, Guru Gobind Sahib Ji went inside the tent and came out with all 5 men alive, surprising the audience and declaring them as the Panj Pyaras, meaning the Guru's 5 beloved ones, and formally initiated them as Khalsa, meaning pure. Thus the Khalsa Panth was established, under which all men would use Singh, meaning lion, and all women Kaur, meaning princess, as their last name. The Khalsa Sikh was required to wear the 5 Ks, namely Kesh, uncut hair, Kanga, comb, Kacha, undergarment, Kada, steel bracelet, and Kirpan, ceremonial sword. These rules and code of conducts are followed by the Sikh community till this day. Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave the Adi Granth its final version and called it the Shri Guru Granth Sahib at Damdama Sahib in 1705. There would be no human Guru going forward, and that Sikhs would worship the Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, which contained the teachings of all the 10 Gurus, as their living Guru. Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji passed away from this world on 7th October 1708 in Nanded, Maharashtra. Sikhism preaches the oneness of God, truthful living, service to humanity, and the well-being of all. Gurdwara, meaning the door to the Guru, is a sacred place where the Shri Guru Granth Sahib is kept, and Sikhs gather here to worship. Gurdwaras have been built all over the world, where the Shri Guru Granth Sahib is treated like a human Guru, seated on a throne and given utmost respect and reverence. The langar, started by Guru Nanak Dev Ji is an integral part of Sikh culture, which denotes the equality of all and the spirit of selfless service. The turban, worn by Sikh male, and the salwar kameez, worn by Sikh women, make them a very visible community, and Sikhs take pride in their distinctive faith. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh, meaning the Khalsa belongs to the wonderful Lord. Victory belongs to the wonderful Lord.